Moving on from quarterback, we are going to go to running back picks for week 7 DFS. So running back's a little tough this week for me. I feel like a lot of people are going to immediately jump on the Saquon train since he's back. This dude's just superhuman. Do I think he could have a big game? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not quite going to buy in yet, more so for the reason I just think everyone's going to have Saquon in a lineup. So I want to kind of stay away from it a little bit. And actually, I really expect Dalvin Cook to have a much better game this week than he did last week. Detroit's defense, so they have a great secondary. Oh, hey, Boots. Say hey to the camera. And going down. Detroit's defense, great secondary. And so what we saw with Green Bay and how they attacked Detroit's defense, I realized Devontae Adams was out, but a lot of dump down passes. We saw what Jamal Williams was able to do against them. I think Dalvin Cook's going to have that. He's, first off, a better runner than, in my opinion, Aaron Jones or Jamal Williams. So I think he's going to get running volume, and I think we're going to see a lot of dump down passes. That Detroit secondary is great. Darius Slay, they're just going to be able to match up a little bit better. Now, Thielen and Diggs, obviously better than MVS and Allison, going to be receivers. So ultimately, I think Minnesota's going to be able to score, and I think Cook's going to see some big volume in this game. So there's kind of the high pick for me. Next, there's a lot of good matchups as we kind of get down here in this territory. So Josh Jacobs going against Green Bay defense. Green Bay defense, as for their rushing defense, has not been great. I expect Jacobs to have a big game here in this one. Oakland's centered their offense around Jacobs, and so expect him to have high volume. Once again, DFS, chase volume. Josh Jacobs still a talented player as well. Devontae Freeman here, man, he's really turned it on lately. I think there's an opportunity to continue riding the train that a lot of people may be hopping on right now, going against the Rams. Obviously, the Rams defense just acquired Jalen Ramsey, so big pickup there. So it wouldn't surprise me if Ramsey shadows Julio. So I would expect kind of same thing with Dalvin Cook against Green Bay, maybe some dump down passes, and maybe they go with a bigger running attack this week. So I like Devontae Freeman there. Learn that Tevin Coleman. So Coleman is kind of clearly the number one running back. It's still a committee, more of a 60-40, 65-35 split. He had the 18 rush attempts in the last game. Now his yards per rush was bad. It was just not good at all. I think that's going to bounce back. It's not that Breida is a change of pace back either, because he's getting some looks and targets in the passing game as well. I like Tevin Coleman down there still at 6,200. They put him above Breida this week, so they figured out what was going on. But I still think he's a good value there. And against Washington's defense, which we all know is pretty bad defense. Alrighty. Next, and I actually skipped him on accident up here. Leonard Fournette, actually right below Dalvin Cook. So a little bit of a pricier pick. Cincinnati sucks. It's that simple. Leonard Fournette gets tons of volume. Cincinnati is a terrible defense. Jacksonville's going to be able to move the ball, and they probably just keep feeding the beast in this one. So Fournette's an easy pick there. No brainer, very chalky. All right, so my against the grain pick, and I'm not telling people to make this pick. Against the grain means, could I see in the realm of possibility this player actually has a big game? Because there's reasoning behind it. Yes. So don't think I'm crazy when I say this. Joe Mixon. It's against the grain because one, he's been awful. He's been terrible, and no one in their right mind is going to pick him to be in a lineup. But Jacksonville's rush defense actually not been that great. I think he's a sneaky pick here that they try to slow the pace of the offense down, get more of a running game going, and is in the realm of possibility that Joe Mixon has a big day, absolutely. Yeah, I just I'm probably not going to do it, but just looking through the running backs, I think he's the best against the grain sneaky pick because people aren't going to pick him because he's terrible, and also because it's Jacksonville's defense, which is a better secondary. Honestly, they love to rush the passer. We could see a lot of running back screens. Giovanni Bernard may have a little more value in this game as well. So, all right. Anyways, there's my running back picks for Week 7 DFS.